here is where I come in. I have an indomitable mindset. Wow, I cannot speak. Welcome to step 3, and that is called the full life framework. I'm trying to take you from the full life. I think the energy drink's just kicking in. Hi everyone, and welcome to the Lifehack Show, where we help you hit your big, beautiful goals. I'm your host Jade, and today we're going to be talking about organization and organizing your life so that you can live a full, balanced life. Now, I'm a queen of organization, and this system is extensive, but you don't have to do it more than once. So it's split in 2 sections, but this is going to be like a how-to video. So all you have to do is sit down and follow along, pause the video when you feel like you need to, and just continue through. And then by the end of it, you will have a solid, organized plan on how to improve your life in every area of your life. All right, no waffle, let's just go. Step number 1, pick up a notebook. And this can be like any notebook. I got this for £1 in Wilko. Actually, I got it for Christmas. But just get a notebook. I find the cheaper the better, because I will use a cheap notebook and destroy it. Where if it's a pretty one, I feel like it has to be perfect. So just get any notebook. Pause the video, come back with one. Step 2 is set an intention. And by set an intention, I mean, what do you want 2021 to look like? How do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? What do you want it to be about? Just write it down. What do you want to achieve throughout the whole year? And then I want you to slim it into one single word. So in 2020, my word ended up being transformative, because looking back, I really felt like I transformed into a completely different person. But I also realized I was quite brave in 2020, and I wanted to continue that trend in 2021. So my word for 2021 is brave, because that's what I want to do. I want to face more fears, I want to grow, I want to keep on battling forward. So that is my word. And you can also attribute a visual to your word as well. So like with brave, I have tigers. But whatever your word is, you can attribute any visual you want. That will really help, because this is going to set the tone for your entire year. So this is a word that you'll always be coming back to every single day to help you make sure that you're going in the right direction. Right, pause the video, write down your word. Remember, this word is going to be a sat nav for your video. So whatever it is, pick it, write it down in your little notebook right at the start. I read it quite big, brave, because that is the start of the journey, is deciding what we're going to do. So whatever it is, whether it's success or wealth or happiness or shoes, or self-care, or relaxing, or spending more time with family. That's a better word for that, I'm sure. Whatever you want your tone to be, choose it and set it now, so we can move on to step 3. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are putting videos out every single week to help you achieve your goals and live your best life. Right, let's get into the big bit. Step 3, we are going to split your life into segments, and then we are going to organize them. And we are taking all of this directly from the full life framework. So you just open my book. You know, as a kid, on my birthday, I always wished I had glasses, because it always makes people look so intelligent. But no, still don't have glasses, so I can't just be like, anyway, there's a sad childhood story for you. So there are 6 attributes that we are going to consider when actually planning out your week/year/life plan. Firstly, physical health. Secondly, family and relationships, wealth and money satisfaction, work and career prosperity, spiritual wellness, and mental strength. These are the areas that we are going to plan your life around. So grab your notebook. So obviously there is loads more information in this book, but we are just taking it as an actual framework for a full life framework, and then applying it for the purposes of this video. But if you do want to get it, it is linked above me and in the description box. It's really good and really useful if you really want to round out and find balance in your life. Now, let's start with physical health. Absolute favorite topic. I love talking about physical health. I think it's so important, not just for your mental health, but for every aspect of your life. It improves. It releases 4 chemicals in your brain that are basically happiness chemicals. So my questions are, what is important to you? What do you enjoy? What do you plan on doing? What are your goals relating to health and fitness? Specifically, do you train? Do you want to start training? Do you want to try taking up a new sport? Do you want to try dialing it back because you've been training too much? What do you want to achieve out of your physical health this year? So in this book, they actually have a little, like a fill out your own thing. But right now, I just want you to think about what you want to achieve from your physical health goals. I know for me, I want to improve on things like pull-ups and double unders, and I want to work out a little bit more, but also not too much because I don't have time to do everything. But I also want to try a more diverse type of physical health. So I want to try more swimming and more dancing, and not just CrossFit. Section number 2, family and relationships. Now, This one is so great. I love this section because it's something no one ever considers to plan for or organize stuff for. It's just something that you think is automatic and just should happen. But if you want to live a really rich and fulfilling life, planning to improve and work on your relationships is the key. It's so good. It's so good. And I realized I didn't explain that well, but it's amazing. So what do you want from your relationships? What do you want from your goals? And this includes friendships, all relationships as well, not just a relationship with a partner, a relationship with your children or your parents or your siblings or your friends or your co-workers. Like, what do you want to achieve from your relationships? Another question I want to ask is, what kind of person do you want to be in these relationships? Who do you want to be to these people that you love? Here is my little relationship tip. If you spend every single day and write one thing down that you are grateful for someone for and just let that build up, it can change your entire perspective of them, because you will go from lack to gratitude and abundance. So if you do that every single day, you will change not only your life but their life, because you can hand them a little book with 30 reasons that you're grateful for them and they will cry. Imagine doing that for like a year and getting a whole book of reasons that someone's grateful for you. It would be amazing. That is my relationship tip. Be grateful for the people that you have. Let's talk about work and career prosperity. Now, as an entrepreneur, I know that work can take up quite a significant amount of my life. That's why we're planning the full life framework and not just the work goals framework. But I want to ask you, what are your work goals? What do you want to achieve? I mean, even if you work a 9-to-5 job, what do you want to do? Do you want to work towards a promotion? Do you want to work on getting a bigger work-life balance so you actually spend more time at home and less time at work? What do you want? What are your goals? What are you interested in? Do you actually like your job? That is the real question. Or do you want a job that you actually feel fulfilled in? Here is my little nugget for this one, because I've worked many diverse jobs and I've always loved them because I found my why. I realized a long time ago that my why is helping people. That's all that I'm about. So even if I ran a hotel, I was helping someone run a hotel, I was helping someone have a good holiday. Even if I was doing boring admin work or cleaning a room or having to fire someone, I was always like, nope, I'm helping someone. That's how I'm gonna get through this. And I always apply my why to every job that I do, no matter how weird or diverse it is. That is my secret nugget for enjoying work. But obviously, if you really don't enjoy work, maybe you should start consider going for a job that you actually love. And again, pause this video at any time so you can actually stop and write down all of the things that you actually want to achieve from your goals, and take time. Don't just sit there and like try and rush through. Write down what you really think and what you really feel and just pour it into the journal, into your little notebook of destiny, not doom. Wealth and money satisfaction. All right, let's talk about money. Are you happy with the amount of money that you're making? Do you have a good relationship with money? Something I've always struggled with is my relationship with money, because I come from such a state of lack from living in poverty that I'm always a bit like, so I have a terrible relationship with abundance and money. So I want to ask you, what are your goals? Do you want to make more? Do you want to spend less and be more minimalist? What are your actual goals? What are your interests surrounding money and wealth? Are you an entrepreneur who wants to make more money for your business? Or do you work 9 to 5 and you want a promotion? Or do you want to start a little side business selling little knitted gnomes? First thing that pops into my head. Ask yourself, are you happy? Yes. Why? Are you not happy? Why not? And how are you going to make more money? That's the next step. How are you going to improve on what you're going to do? This is all what it's about. We're going to work on hows next. Anyway, let's talk about the last two sections. Spiritual wellness. Now, this doesn't particularly refer to religion. It applies to all religions and agnostics. What are you doing to connect with your spiritual self? Now, no matter what religion you are, this can be going to church or praying or spending time in nature or going on walks or just spending time by yourself practicing mindfulness. What are you doing, and how do you want to improve your relationship with your spiritual self? This is actually a topic I'm incredibly private about, so I really don't have any stories for you, but I will say that one of my goals this year is to practice this more, because this is one that I can always put on the back burner because most of the time I'm okay, but I want to bring it more into the forefront because it helps improve my mental health, etc. So, have you considered, if you're one of those people that's like, but I'm not spiritual at all, have you considered learning something about it, or maybe just practicing mindfulness? You will be amazed at what you can accomplish when you decide to find some sort of spiritual connection, no matter what religion or not religion that you find it in. It's very fascinating. I would recommend it. Again, mystical, again, very private, bit mystical about it. But anyway, let's move on to my topic, mental strength. Here is where I come in. I have an indomitable rhino-based mindset. I am relentless, not only in my pursuit of growth, but in my pursuit of passion and pretty much everything. I'm very rhino-like, and it's a great way to live, because we're going to talk about mental strength today, because this is a huge component of personal growth and living a full life. So I actually want to read you an extract from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. To put it shortly, all things of the body stream away like a river. All things of the mind are dreams and delusions. Life is warfare, and a visit in a strange land, only lasting fame is oblivion. What can then escort us on our way? One thing and one thing only: philosophy. I love this simply because he is all about mental strength and personal growth being the key to eternal happiness and eternal living. I love this, and I thought it was very relevant to building up mental strength. So the question is, how are you going to practice building mental strength? Are you going to start reading more books, personal growth, personal development books, or are you going to actually practice them? Because here is my wisdom or nugget of the day. I once read that it is better to read one chapter of a book and then practice the lesson in that chapter for like a year and then come back a year later and then read chapter 2 than it is to read 20 books in the space of a year. And I am the sort of person that was very much a kind of like bullet through, read all the chapters, read all the books, but now I am the sort of person that will take a year to read a book. So a big thing this year is I actually want to read a chapter a day to try and work and improve on stuff to get through the now massive backlog of books that I have. But I will always stop to practice the lessons that are actually in the book. So that is my little nugget of knowledge with mental growth and mental strength. Obviously I have quite a big video on that, which is the Rhino video, linked above me, but I want to ask you, what are you going to do and how are you going to practice building your mental strength? Alright, you have all your goals and what you want, you've written everything down. Now you have to sit and go through it all again and write down how you're actually going to achieve them. What are you going to do every single day or every single week or every single month to work towards these goals? Take your time, just write it all down, write down all of your hows, pause the video, grab a cup of tea, write it all out, and then come back, because now we're going to talk about the weekly planning system, how you can plan out your week so that you make sure that you're achieving your goals. Normally I do this on a Sunday when I do my like life sorting and organization, would be like hoover for the once a week that I hoover and do the food shop and meal prep for the rest of the week. Everything I do gets sorted out on a Sunday afternoon when nothing's happening, and I also sit down and do this, and it is exceptionally helpful. So let's get into it. I'm not holding a book now, it feels very weird, so I might just go hold a book. Feels more normal now. Grab your notebook, because we are actually going to sit and go through everything that you need to do. So I want you to set out a page like this. Very scruffy, I know, but basically write everything that you have to do next week. And I'm not just talking about, hoovering, I'm talking about all your appointments, all your social engagements, everything, absolutely everything. Write it all down, because then we are going to sort it into these categories. So if you have to go and hang out with some people, it goes under the relationship thing. If you have to do a certain work thing, it goes in the work section, etc. The point of this is to see where your life is unbalanced. So once you take the time, pause the video, and then take all of your to-dos and put them in the according things, and then you get to look at what your week is going to look like. You will notice that some of them will be much emptier than others, and I often find that my work one is overflowing and my personal one, like my personal family and relationships one, is very small. And now that you're looking at your week and going, wow, I am working a lot and I am not doing anything to work on my personal growth or mental strength, I'm not doing anything to work on my family relationships, I want you to maybe remove things that are non-essential from other boxes and then add things to the boxes so it kind of fills out your whole week. For example, if you have absolutely nothing in physical health, start adding things in. So like, if you've never trained before, maybe do a couple of yoga classes on YouTube a couple days a week. And then if not, you can do like a little 7-minute workout, or you can try going to a gym. Start small if you haven't tried it before. But also, if you things like your spiritual wellness is also empty, maybe you could try reading a book or spending time going for a walk or go to church, whatever it is for you. Find time and actually schedule it in, because this will help you get a full balanced life and not just a work-centered life. Because it also fills in the holes, like what are you doing to improve your career or your work and your money situation? Like, it makes you question. Also, I feel like when you do this, it reminds you to do nice things. Like, if your family and relationships thing is empty, it reminds you to be like, oh yeah, why don't I send flowers to my mother or leave nice post-it notes out for my wife? Just schedule little to-dos like that in, and your relationships will improve, because it's the small things that count. Sorry. So much crime here. It's the little small unprompted things that you do that make the biggest impact in your relationship. So remember to fill out every single little section with little things that you can do and add in, and don't have to be big things. They can be little things like physical health. Just be like, go on a walk every single day. That's one of mine, actually. It's in there. It's like, go on a walk every single day. It's kind of winter and rainy at the moment, so I've not been doing as well as I thought I would, but my mental strength area is improving, so it does work. Now, finally, we have to reset your reticular activating system to focus on your goals. Now, I have a whole video talking about how this works, which is linked above and in the description box. But basically, if you set your brain on a particular path, like a sat nav, it will go and find things to help support that new belief / new reality. So every week, go look at your goals, look at what you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve it. Just scroll through it and then look at your image or your word. So if it could be a tiger or the word brave or whatever it is, just have a look at it. I would say have your word dotted around. So I have tigers nearly everywhere around my house now to remind me to be brave. So you can do that. The more you keep your brain focused on your goals, the faster you will actually achieve them. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this helps you organize your life. This is something that I do, and I find it to be extremely helpful to help me live a full, balanced life, because it's so easy to fall just into work mode. But I want to have a direct conversation with the beautiful women that are watching this video, because you may find that you are exhausted all of the time because you are living out of sync with your natural biology, because we live in a 24-hour world. Men have a 24-hour hormone cycle, which means within 24 hours they are back and ready to go. But we lovely ladies have a 28-day cycle. So if it's something you are struggling with, like constant exhaustion, endometriosis, PCOS, or other period symptoms, I actually want you to consider taking your biology into account. Now, this is a huge topic, and if you do want to hear more about it, leave a comment, let me know, and I can make a whole video on it. It will really help if you plan out your months around your cycle, because you can plan out for when you have energy to do all your energetic things, and when you have no energy, you can plan to do your less energetic things. And it takes into account things like diet and exercise and things that you do at work and things that you do at home. Basically, it's a whole thing. If you want to read the book in the flow, you can. It's very scientific. It took me quite a while to get through it. It's like a textbook, but it is so very interesting. But if you do want to do more information on it, I'm sure there's loads of videos out there already, or you can read little SparkNote versions of it. But it is something you should consider if you're constantly tired and organization things just aren't working for you and you just can't seem to find a system that works. That is something that you can consider. I've tried it for a month now. I've been testing it on myself, and I tell you what, I'm not tired at all. And I've gone from being tired, like exhausted all the time, like do I have ME kind of tired, to I'm fine all the time. So it is something you should consider, but that is my little disclaimer. I think it is really helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested, this book is for sale and it is linked right next to me. It is so interesting in sorting out every area of your life, so you can not only find your purpose, but live a full, beautiful, and balanced life. Have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!